Hey everybody, this is Marty Sliva, formerly of 1UP, now with IGN, here with the illustrious Destin Legarie.
Illustrious.
Illustrious.
I like that.
How's it going? And we are looking at the God of War Ascension launch trailer. And so the first thing you're going to see is Kratos walking into his house. And as you guys probably know, this is a prequel to all the other games, and so Kratos is kind of coming to terms with the fact that he just killed his wife and daughter.
Now, something I want to point out that's really important, Aladdin's lamp in the background.
Yeah,
Maybe that's just a scale.
No, that's going to be pretty much confirmed DLC. Is that Aladdin's in the game, which is pretty exciting.
No, seriously, what should we take from this scene?
We could take this is him walking in his house, and you're going to see in a second that he walks over to his wife Lysandra and his daughter Cleo. So this is him dropping his family heirloom, kissing his daughter on the cheek. And you see, this is a heartfelt moment. Rarely but you see, he already has his ash and his tattoo, so he's already committed some atrocities.
Is that his daughter? Or?
That is his daughter, and then he turns around. That's his wife, Lysandra, and he's reunited with her. And then we see this. This is kind of the first new villain of the game that you're going to see. It's the Furies. And so if you want to go back and look at them, the Furies are kind of the whole action of the game takes place around these three Furies who are. They're kind of, Ares is using them to take control of Kratos.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we see the Furies in God of War 2?
We have not, no.
3?
No, I don't believe so. I believe the Furies are completely new to this installment. And they're they're not gods, they're not titans, they're not mortals. They are kind of their own genre in the God of War series.
Their own genre.
Their own genre.
Confirmed by IGN.
And so the game opens up here. This is the very first scene of the game. And Kratos is trapped to the... he's on the body of a titan called Hecatoncheires, and Hecatoncheires was imprisoned.
Goofily named.
Goofily named. Everyone in this trailer is goofily named, so just watch out for that. So he was imprisoned for kind of disobeying Zeus, and so this entire first area takes place on his body. And so this is the first Fury you're going to encounter, whose name is Legarie, and she has chained Kratos with his own blades to this titan. So the very first thing in the game you're going to do, which this trailer shows you, is a QTE where you have to escape your bonds and actually fight your way out of this area. Do that. You're going to be doing a lot of. You're just going to be slapping chains to a lot of Furies.
Let's go forward in slow-mo and see what happens when his blade goes across their chest.
She gets cut. She bleeds a little bit. There was that M rating at the beginning of the game. Evidently, it's still like that. You can see this Fury only has one arm. Not sure why that is. She just has one arm at the beginning of the game.
Maybe that's just a character design choice.
Maybe DLC, she gets a second arm.
Microtransactions.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's a scary feature. Okay, so if we keep going, it says, a man with nothing to lose. It reminds me of every Mel Gibson movie ever. So, there you go. Okay, Kratos is finally free. And then you get a little shot later on.
So this is interesting. He's on a boat.
He's on a boat. And this is like a peaceful scene. Like this is one of the rare scenes of God of War where there's not action. So Kratos is on a boat right now.
Who are these people with him? Any idea?
I think these are just other Spartans. We don't know for sure yet. We know this is before that.
That looks like a pretty wussy Spartan, Marty.
Well, look, he's got a little six-pack. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
You just... we all can't be tough like you, Destin. Okay, and this is another new character. This is an important guy. His name's Orkos. I like to call him Shadow Dude with weird magma in his chest.
Orkos. What is he... Like, how did you get that name?
I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. So, what is his role in mythology?
He appears as he's almost like a guide. He appears in times of need and tells you where to go from there.
Who's his girlfriend?
I don't know. But he's voiced by Troy Baker. The Troy Baker who voices Vincent and Catherine. He voices Booker in upcoming Bioshock Infinite and Joel in The Last of Us. So
and Turner from Turner.
Turner.
No, wait, that is not true.
He was Mickey in all the Mickey Mouse cartoons. No.
We're going to get flamed so hard.
And so you're hopping off the boat. He's off the boat now. This is huge. This is when everything gets real.
These shields look like they were from the PSP games. Like, I think that might be his people that he's riding with.
It's his homies. Obviously, we'd be killing him if not. Okay, now we get to the villains. This is just going to be a montage of all the creatures and new BCs that you're going to fight.
Who's
in the
this
game.
guy?
This is the Satyr General. So the Satyrs are the kind of the new...
They're not new. They've been around since
but they're like the standard enemy in this game, so you're not going to be fighting like the Undead Legion or anything.
Okay.
And the big thing about them is you can see the blade in his hand. Big thing in this game is you can disarm enemies and take them and use their weapons as secondary weapons that you use with the circle button. There's blades, there's pikes, there's a hammer. Those are the things I've seen so far in the game. So if you go forward, you see he's the general. He's got little minions in the background. This flying dude's the Manticore, which there was...
General minions.
Yeah. This flying dude's the Manticore, which I believe...
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
As Greg Miller does.
Which I think debuted at, it was at Gamescom or TGS last year, but it's this big kind of dragon, beastie, fire-breathing seems like it has boss potential.
Looks like he's about to get owned by Kratos.
He is.
That's
He
all
is. But I bet owned via QTE. So.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh no! Now we're at a snake. We don't know what the snake is. Like, look, there's not a lot of like big ass snakes in Greek mythology, so I'm trying to figure out who this snake is.
Is this a snake? Womp womp. We can see Kratos there on the snake. The womp womps we're highlighting. Highlighting things, Marty. Catch up.
I thought we were just doing good dubstep. Yeah.
No, but is this a snake or a tentacle? From like a giant octopus
like
climbing up a mountain. It looks like you're on a mountain area.
Okay, I'm gonna go with snake. You're gonna go with tentacle? Really?
I'm gonna say it's a larger monster.
Okay. I think a
larger is part of it.
Okay, larger monster is pretty. It looks snake-like. Okay, and then this guy, he is kind of trash talking Kratos right now. He's saying like, "Why aren't you fighting with us?"
Well,
like,
if you know God of War, you know Kratos had a whole army with him before you know Ares, you know,
kind of brought him into servitude.
Yeah, and they're kind of like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
we need you."
Yeah. And Kratos is too kind of caught up in his own guilt over his wife and kid.
It's like, well, I kind of killed my entire family.
Exactly. So, yeah. So now we have what I'm assuming again is another PPE.
So
that's the Manticore.
Guy again?
That's the Manticore again. We got some lasers coming out of here.
Lasers.
And he's
lasers confirmed.
Lasers confirmed.
Okay.
Okay, and then this guy. So this is probably the first boss you're gonna fight in the game, but it's
got a good frame,
it's the finger of the Hecatonkles. So this guy's face in the background. This is one of his fingers, and the Furies uses these small kind of bug-like parasites, and they infect the finger, and the finger becomes this monster. And the monster is kind of the big thing that you fight in the first chapter of the game.
Those Furies are a pain in the butt.
Right? Killing 3 of them is going to be tough. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. You're definitely not going to be able to do it.
All right, here there's a giant thing chasing Kratos,
this is scary.
And if you don't climb fast enough, I bet you die.
That is a really good that's a really good hypothesis. One thing, though, is the climbing mechanic is new in this game. It kind of took it took a piece from Assassin's Creed, and it's very much it's context sensitive. It's kind of like it's highlighted. These bars are obviously what you're going to climb up. Climbing feels really good though, really fluid, and unlike Assassin's Creed, you don't have to hold the button.
We don't need a full review, Marty. let's move on and get the deets.
That's how rewinds work. Okay, more Manticore.
Okay, more Manticore. We saw him.
Yeah. Okay, this is you're fighting the big finger monster of the Hecatonkles again. This is another Fury.
From the side. There's a good shot of his face, like right before.
I think you just made that up.
So there he is. I don't know. He looks really cool. Him. Here's the whatever.
This is another one of the Furies.
So this is a second Fury.
Does
she have 2 arms?
No, it looks like she has 1.
No,
she has 2. You're right.
Clearly has 2 arms.
Clearly has. This is.
She got the microtransaction done and got.
If you pre-order the game, this is the Fury you fight.
Okay. No, don't say that. People will believe you. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, and
Kratos just punching one.
Spoilers: she will get her butt kicked.
And then I'm not sure who this guy is.
He has 2 faces.
He's got 2 faces. He's got a little torso coming out of his own torso. It looks like Voldemort. His back face looks kind of weird. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
It looks like he has a weapon that you might be able to disarm.
So some sort of twins. Maybe you should do some research in mythology. Look
just
twins. Like twins.
Yeah. I mean Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Yeah.
You're supposed to come prepared. Jeez.
Okay.
Oh, what's that statue? Any idea what that is?
Yeah, it's the Danny DeVito statue.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, and then this again. This is you fighting the Fury on the
from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of this is taken from the first. So don't think that this trailer is really spoilerish, because a lot of this is honestly taken from the first half hour of the game.
Okay. Now we're gonna cut to this guy. See, he's got tentacle arms. Maybe this is what
I don't think so. These tentacle arms look a little thinner. This looks like kind of a take on the Kraken. Almost.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I think we fought the Kraken already.
I think we have, yeah. But it's possible. I mean, this is being a prequel. It's possible you can fight these things beforehand too. Well, that's kind of scary. There's lightning, thunder, elements.
There's a Kraken back there doing some motion blur stuff.
Yep.
Game looks beautiful.
It does look. It looks really good. Like you can tell that this is one of those last hurrahs for the PS3. Okay, and this is an interesting thing. This is the life cycle ability, which Kratos gets the ability to sort of manipulate time and reconstruct broken objects. So
kind of like I'm manipulating time now.
Yes. Oh my God!
Breaking the fourth wall.
This is some meta time manipulation. But it also kind of brings an interesting idea. If we don't know how much time manipulation actually is in the game, but if it is really a central theme, a lot of people have speculated that this is we know this is a prequel, but they think it might be a prequel via a sequel, so that this is Kratos being forced to relive prior tragedies, and at some point in the game, you will experience things that happen after God of War 3.
Okay, well, in 2, we did get the ability to use time with the strings of
That's true, yeah. And so back to Orcos, hanging out, telling Kratos some foreboding information.
Orcos? He should really get those things looked at. Those gross all over his
Maybe
body.
those just like gold nuggets. This is the Hecatoncheires boss. You can see he's cool. He's a great design, fun boss fight.
Yeah. And this is the logo.
Marty. Yeah. So the logo reminds me of I don't know if you guys saw Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. There was the animated scene done by Ben Hibben.
That's great.
Yeah, he also did Killer 7.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm giving the kids some fun facts.
I'm gonna call it right now. God of War Ascension 10 out of 10.
Okay.
IGN.com.
I'm gonna call it.
I reviewed it right now.
I'm gonna call it not a 10 out of 10.
No. Okay.
Something lower.
We'll see.
All right, guys. For more on God of War Ascension, stay tuned to IGN.